In this video, we'll review the new features added to InfoBurst in 2025, as well as enhancements to existing features. InfoBurst 2025.1 was released March 18, 2025. The option to define the data type of a Power BI report filter was added. For example, a string filter value contains all numbers. In prior versions, the value would be passed to Power BI as a numeric. Now the filter data type can be defined to avoid this issue. It is now possible to adjust the base date of any date macro. We'll use the macro builder to test base date adjustment. Today is January 26. Let's say I want to use the last day and month macro, but I want the last day of next month, which is February. Last day and month returns the last day of the current month. We'll use base date adjustment to return the last day of next month. To adjust the base date, we'll add open angle bracket, today, plus 6D, which takes us into February, close angle bracket, and test. And now we have last day in next month. It's also possible to achieve this particular requirement by using last day in month plus 1M or month. For BusinessObjects users, Web Application Container Server or WACS, where BusinessObjects RESTful web services are hosted, is deprecated in BI 4.3, SPO5, and later versions. InfoBurst will continue to support WACS connectivity for older BusinessObjects versions. When creating a new platform in InfoBurst versions 2025.1 and later, Tomcat will be the default option for connecting to BusinessObjects web services. To update an existing platform that uses WACS to Tomcat, administrators should refer to InfoSol Help Desk article Platform Management and section Update Platform. You may have noticed there was no InfoBurst version 2025.2 in 2025. Shortly after general release, we detected a software fault that affected Power BI OAuth authentication. We removed the version and rolled all 2025.2 enhancements and fixes into InfoBurst 2025.3. InfoBurst 2025.3 was released October 2nd, 2025. Support was added for SAP BusinessObjects BI 4.3, SPO5, and BI 2025. Crystal Reports users should review the release notes for details about Crystal SDK requirements for using InfoBurst with BI 4.3 SPO5 or BI 2025. In BI 2025, the legacy Excel.XLS format is deprecated. Users of the XLS format should update deliveries to the XLSX format prior to upgrading to BI 2025. Support was added for adding PDF and Excel files from BusinessObjects to InfoBurst, where they can be delivered to any InfoBurst delivery destination. An Object History tab has been added for each object type, which provides details about object creation and modification. An automatic send email or SMTP relay retry has been added. InfoBurst will automatically retry a relay attempt to a mail server up to 3 times in the event of a timeout. MaxGen retry is a system-level setting which determines how many times a burst will be re-executed in the event of a MaxGen retry limit being reached. In InfoBurst 2025.3, users can opt out of this automatic retry at the individual burst level. 2025.3 features XDC Explorer. Squirrel Dashboard users can use plain language to create XDC cache query SQL using AI. Be aware this feature does require an OpenAI access key. To use XDC Explorer, open the XDC and select the Explore tab. This XDC contains region sales data, and we require a cache query that returns the top 5 sales regions. We enter our plain language question and hit enter. OpenAI returns the appropriate SQL, which we can then save as a cache query. InfoBurst authentication has received several enhancements. Administrators can enforce password length and complexity, require password change at next logon, enable a forgot password option for users, and automatically disable a user after multiple failed logon attempts. Support was added for Windows Server 2025, and the Oracle Managed Data Access driver was upgraded to 21C. InfoBurst 2025.4 was released December 4th, 2025. Support was added for multi-value filtering for Power BI reports. Delivery conditions are now supported for all Power BI paginated report formats, and publication of Power BI bookmarks is now supported. It is now possible to use filtering when publishing a Tableau workbook in the Excel crosstab format. This feature is possible due to a recent enhancement in the Tableau SDK. It must be enabled by the InfoBurst administrator and is only available in Tableau 2025.1 and later. The review and test email portals now display CC and BCC addresses when present, and it's now possible to enable tracing at the database query level and view query performance statistics. Finally, we have the introduction of squirrel actions. Execute an InfoBurst action based on input from a Squirrel dashboard user. Actions include sending email and executing SQL. Each Squirrel action can have one or more conditions, and each condition, when true, can execute one or more actions. In this example, we have a Squirrel dashboard used by sales agents to input their sales information. We have a requirement to send an email notification to the manager for sales agent Norma Morales. Norma inputs her daily sales and submits. Seconds later, her manager will receive an email informing them of the dashboard activity. This was achieved using a Squirrel action that triggers an email notification. Let's say the sales manager for Ann Waters wants more detailed information about their sales agent. Ann inputs her sales data, and seconds later, her manager receives a report containing her current and past sales activity. This was achieved by using a Squirrel action to trigger the refresh and delivery of a sales report. You can learn more about the new features, enhancements, and fixes released in 2025 by reviewing the Release Notes forum at the InfoSol Help Desk.